Alright, first thing is to drain out all the automatic transmission fluid. It's all attached with a 10mm bolt. Alright, make sure you guys have something to catch all the fluid out. You guys are gonna have a spill, so what I like to do is take out the bolts from one side, let it tilt, let it drain out, and then drop the transmission pan. Alright, so you're going to need PB Blaster or WD-40 in order to take these bolts off. Make sure you guys have a bar. Stick that bar inside your wrench so it can give you leverage to take out the bolts. Now that you have the drive shaft bolts off, go ahead and remove the middle piece of the drive shaft. Alright, so drop the drive shaft carefully and give it a little bit of force, move it back and forth, and it'll just pop right off. Your next step is to take off the center console and the center trim of the automatic transmission shifter. They're attached with 4 screws that you can get to. You can use a screwdriver to take them off. So you have to take out the cotter pin in order to remove the automatic transmission shifter. You can use your hands to take off the cotter pin. It's really easy. Go ahead and remove the connectors. I like to use a flathead in order to take them off. Once you take it off, go ahead and toss your automatic shifter out the way. Remove the cooling lines that are attached to the transmission. There's 2 of them in each side. Go ahead and remove it, let it drain out, then stick the bolt back in so it won't spill. Go ahead and break loose all the bolts for the starter. Make sure you take out the power and ground, then remove it off the transmission. So your PB Blaster and your WD-40 are going to be your best friends on taking out these bell housing bolts. Grab the PB Blaster, spray it on the bell housing bolt, stick your breaker bar inside the bell housing bolts, and break those suckers loose. Alright, go ahead and grab your jack and a piece of wood to support the transmission, or if you guys don't care about your guys' automatic transmission, you can get rid of the piece of wood and just drop it from the automatic transmission pan. Go ahead and take off the bolts for the cross member, but please make sure your guys' jack is supporting the transmission before you're taking off the cross member. Go ahead and wiggle the transmission back and forth. It's gonna take time, just be patient. The transmission will come off. If you guys have aftermarket headers, it's a good idea to remove it off the engine because you're gonna have trouble taking off the transmission because the transmission is gonna hit with the headers, and it just makes it a lot easier when you drop the transmission. Now that you carefully drop the transmission, the best part is dragging that automatic transmission out the car. Go ahead and drag it under the car, and you're pretty much done taking off and dropping the transmission on your 240SX. It takes time, but it's really easy to do. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful, and if you guys want to do a 5-speed swap, you guys can do it. It just takes time. I'm finally Churro, and I'm signing out. Later, guys.
I done lived and did and done and seen, you feel me? Go get it, keep your head up and just stay focused.
Every time you see me, I am the freshest. Every time you see me, I come collect it. Cash out at the dealer, I swipe the debit. Cash out at the dealer, ain't need no credit.